Generational wealth will always be a step ahead of any other forms or ways for those that get to inherit it. Plus, ensuring that your children, grandchildren, and every generation to come is well taken care of is no mean feat. But there are people who have done it. Putting food on the table for your children is already a legendary activity, but what about the ones who give their children and those to come the best lifestyle they could ever dream of? Well, they're in this video. 10 of the richest families in the world. So, let's get into it. Number 10, the Koch family. Being rich is one thing, having money like the Koch family is another. This family just oozes luxury and elegance. The Koch family is worth over $64 billion, and they didn't just find it on the roadside. These people have built an empire. The Koch conglomerate is diverse, and under it are companies that deal with energy, manufacturing, ranching, farming, and commodity trading. In America today, the Koch conglomerate is the biggest privately owned industry and one of the biggest oil producers in the world. The Koch family definitely know how to keep the wealth in the family, as they are heavily invested in keeping the odds in their favor, even if it means opposing climate change legislations and policies. In lifestyle, they know how to splurge. They are impressive art collectors and collect the most insane art pieces from artists like Monet and Picasso. The craziest splurge was the Koch brothers spending $2.3 million on an original Billy the Kid poster. When you are so rich, your first way of showing your love for the Wild West is getting an Outlaws poster. Change your surname to Koch. Number 9, the Ambani family. The richest family in India is saying a lot considering the population in the country, but the Ambani family is the richest among 1.4 billion people by far. And that's a little sad, because the majority of India's population are living hand-to-mouth daily. Mukesh Ambani is by far the richest man in India, worth over $85 billion, and the owner of India's most valuable company, Reliance, and his lifestyle and that his family show it. The industry ranges from telecommunication, investment, and commodity training. The costliest home in India belongs to the Ambani family and is named Antilia. Antilia is a 27-story building where Mukesh and his family of 6 reside. Another crazy fact is that this house is the most expensive private home in the world, valued around $2 billion. The building has a private cinema, a snow room that's kept at 0 degrees all year round, and a garage that houses over 160 luxury cars. At least they make good use of their money by engaging in numerous charities around India. Number 8, the Betancourt family. Rich families around the world are usually patriarchal, but the Betancourts did not conform to that because of Lillian Betancourt. She was the matriarch who took the wealth of the family to a whole new level. Mind you, they weren't poor before her. They were rich right from the 14th century. However, she made sure the Betancourt family gained fame and fortune like never before. Lillian, in her lifetime, was the wealthiest woman in the world, worth $44.3 billion. The Betancourt family's $92.7 billion net worth is mostly due to the legendary L'Oreal Cosmetics. The one who sits atop this empire is Lillian's daughter, Francoise Betancourt Myers, and is now the wealthiest woman in the world. Whether you're rich or not, personality will always come through, and the Betancourts are known for being down to earth. As rich as they are not flashy people and prefer to keep away from the spotlight. If you're looking for cool and quiet wealth, I will raise you the Betancourt family. This family is rich, all right, but we're still just at number 8, right? So how about number 7, the Slim family? There is nothing slim about the wealth of this family. Known as the Warren Buffett of Mexico, Carlos Slim is the patriarch of the Slim family, and as a result, it elevates the family to a net worth of $97 billion. Carlos Slim is surprisingly modest and does not spend like you think a man worth almost $100 billion would. Carlos and his family live in a 6-bedroom home he had gotten over 40 years ago. Carlos even pays himself only $24,000 a month, and this is because he knows firsthand how ordinary people live. He used to sell sweets and drinks when he was 10, so that's enough to let you know he didn't come from wealth. Their company, America Móvil, is the biggest phone operator in Mexico and has a net worth of $70 billion. He invests a lot in charities, and his philanthropy work is another level. Hey, you can't say you are not amazed by the net worths of these families. There are more videos where you can learn about the luxury lifestyle on our channel, so why aren't you subscribed? Number 6, the Wertheimer family. Coming about your wealth through someone else's work sounds very sneaky, but that's what the Wertheimer family did to earn their billions. Their lifestyle is as a result of really brilliant and risky financial decisions and strategies that paid off. This success started from a partnership that began in 1920 when Pierre Wertheimer agreed to a partnership with one of the most popular brands in the world today, Coco Chanel. They were sneaky because the terms of their agreement meant that 70% of the profits went to Wertheimer, while 10 was Chanel's cut. This sparked a lot of controversy, and Coco almost got her revenge during the time the Nazis occupied France. She persuaded the Nazis to seize control of Chanel from Wertheimer, but Pierre was already a step ahead when he transferred control to a Nazi collaborationist. They won even more when Coco passed, acquiring her shares, and are now worth almost $100 billion. It's a surprise that they're just number 6 on the list. At number 5, the Mars family. Sweetness indeed, if you're obsessed with chocolate or maybe are a child. As much as we love Snickers and Twix and Mars, there are some people out there who hate them so much that they make the Mars family the most hated in the world. Dentist, of course. The family behind the empire have made themselves a $126 billion fortune by mixing chocolate and caramel in a bar. The origin of the Mars Corporation goes back to 1911 when Franklin Mars and his second wife started a candy business which failed due to World War I. The company picked up again after the war and is now the largest reason behind cavities in the world. The company is not the only endeavor of the family, as they have also branched into pet care. Although their spendings are not publicized, some of them have come to light. In 2007, John Mars reportedly purchased the Marbury Hall estate in England for around £50 million. They also invest in philanthropy, supporting education, conservation, and science research. Number 4, the Walton family. If your area doesn't have its own Walmart, well, what are you doing there? The family behind these mega stores are the Waltons, best known for getting rich off workers' negligence. These people are filthy rich and can be traced to Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Today, Walmart has over 11,000 stores in 27 countries and a jaw-dropping net worth of $200 billion, making them one of the wealthiest families in the world. Alice Walton, the daughter of Sam, is an avid art collector and took it to a next level in 2011 when she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. Her most notable art piece is a painting by Georgia O'Keeffe, which cost $44.4 million. Even though the store policies are horrible to Walmart workers, the family has been known to be huge philanthropists, donating heavily to education, healthcare, environmental conservation, and science research. Number 3, the Arnault family. Immense wealth is just what it is, so much you cannot fully comprehend it. That is what the Arnault family possesses. They make up such a huge part of the business and fashion world that it is hard to not see their impact. One of the richest men on earth, Bernard Arnault, heads the family, making it worth almost $240 billion. The family now owns LVMH, the biggest conglomerate of luxury companies in the world. When you have that much money, some extravagant purchases are necessary, like a 150-year-old castle that the family owns. They also have an 18th century castle in Paris, which cost over $220 million. Real estate's a business strategy for them, as well as water transport, because, well, they own 2 yacht manufacturing companies, as well as the 330-foot Symphony, which is worth $150 million. Honestly, the only thing they do not own are private jets due to environmental concerns. Bernard heavily invests in philanthropy and even donated $234 million to the reconstruction of Notre Dame. Number 2, the Rothschild family. Old wealth definitely comes with conspiracy theories, and the Rothschild family have been called aliens from another world. It is not surprising considering that they are worth over $400 billion. The Rothschild empire was established by Mayer Amschel Rothschild in the late 18th century in Germany, which was largely due to Meyer's exceptional skills as a banker. Today, the Rothschilds have shares in the biggest financial centers across the world and construction companies. The family also owns several billion-dollar mining operations, including Glencore, Rio Tinto, and Agora Oil and Gas. Other billion-dollar companies that they own include RIT Capital Partners and La Champagne Financière. They are avid art collectors and real estate enthusiasts, with the Chateau Mouton Rothschild as their most notable real estate estate worth over $200 million. Majority of the family keep to themselves as opposed to the wealthiest family in the world, which takes us to number 1, the Al Saud family. The Saudi royal family should not be classified as just rich anymore because who has $1.4 trillion to their name? Oil and energy makes for an insanely wealthy lifestyle as they control many of the companies, including Aramco, which is the world's largest oil producer. That's 15% of the world's global oil trade. Owning this much money means investments in banking, telecommunication, and construction. And these people are so rich that they have a motto: if it's not golden, it doesn't deserve our attention. The family has a collection of golden cars, jets, and home decorations that you probably need to wear sunglasses in their houses. There's just way too much to say about this family that you'll have to come back to learn about their lifestyle. So there are rich families, but they do not compare to these ones. And there are rich people too, like Richard Branson, who alone is worth over $4 billion. You have to see how he spends this much. So here you go, and thanks for watching.